In this video tutorial, I will show you how to navigate to your specific event guidelines so that you can identify what the event looks like, but also your grading rubrics that you will use as a judge. If you use the link that was in the email, it will directly take you to the event guidelines page. However, if you just click HOSA.org, it will take you back to our main screen. And in order to get to the competition guidelines, you highlight competition and click the second option, guidelines, which takes us back to where we were. This can get a little confusing, so there is a lot to choose from. We have over 60 events that students can compete in, but I'm going to help you navigate through it. The tan ones are just testing. If you'll notice, the next section is health science events. Those are test as well. And then it gets into our judging skilled events. So health professions events, those are events where students are competing on a clinical skill, and so those will be held at the Davis Technical Center as well as the Catalyst Center. Our emergency preparedness are 50-50 split between the Davis Conference Center as well as Davis Tech. And so, for example, public health, and I'll show you what that looks like. So if we go into public health and we click on guidelines, this is what the students are given so they identify what their specific event is asking them to do. If you scroll to the very end of the competition guidelines, you will see a grading rubric. And this is what you will use as a judge to score the student submissions. So, for example, you'll see that the length, it's either 3 minutes or less, or it's over 3 minutes. You can give them a score of 10 or 0. You're not allowed to give a 8 score, a 6 score, or 4 score, because it's either they did it or they did not do it. And then if you go down to the next one, it says quality of video, focus, audio, editing, and it describes what a 10 score would look like. So the video quality was excellent, images are sharp, sound and editing added to the value of the video, transitions are clear, and help the message stand out. If they did that, they would get a 10 score. And it also describes what a 8, 6, 4, and 0 score would look like. You are not allowed to give like a 7 or a 9 or even a 5 score. It's what is in the rubric. So that can kind of help you identify what the scoring is. And then at the bottom of this, it'll say subtotal points for pre-judging video, and it gives a score of 90. So for a pre-judging round, which that's what you're going to be doing, in this specific event, the score would be 90. It goes down and it says round 2, but those, if you'll scroll to the very bottom, it says presentation, and that is not what we're doing as far as prejudging. Let me do one more event so that you kind of get an idea. So let's go down to leadership, and let's say that or teamwork, let's do teamwork, community awareness. So here's the event guidelines. Those are what students will follow in order to do their submission correctly. And then you get down to the pre-judge portfolio. And that is the rubric you will use to score the students. And in this particular event, their pre-judging portfolio is worth 80 points. And for example, if we look at evidence of local campaign impact with published dates, etc., audience number, so it gives you a perfect 10 score, examples of what that would look like, and then you would give your judge score there. So that can kind of give you an idea of what the events might look like, and give you an idea of, okay, I'm going to be looking for this on my specific event, and this is how I'm going to be judging. So that can kind of give you an idea of where to start. Thank you again for being willing to judge for us, and we look forward to hosting you.